Today's updates. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be very careful not to sign any controversial bill into law, Primate Elijah Ayodele says. You're welcome to today's news, and thank you for tuning in to today's channel. But please do well to subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button and also the bell for more updates. Now to the news details. Please carefully listen to the end. The founder and general overseer of the INRI Evangelical Spiritual Church, Primate Elijah Ayodele, in a recent video on his TikTok page, shared a video message with the public. While speaking, the cleric reportedly stated that, "I see another threat of security coming to Burkina Faso. This will of course be a security threat or challenge that might cause a kind of new development. It will be that some of the heads of securities will be changed in the aforementioned country." Speaking further in his prophecies, he said, In Benin Republic, I see a rowdy session in their parliament that is very imminent. Why? Because the government of the day will want to set up a new policy that will not work. Speaking lastly, he said, ultimately, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu should be very careful not to sign any controversial bill into law. But if this eventually happens, people will criticize him, and it will bring a lot of confusion in his government. The popular Primate Elijah Ayodele has prophesied into the administration of Tinubu. Now, remember that Tinubu has been signing into law some new developments. He signed into law student loan, and he signed into law that he approved 114% salary increase for the president, the vice president, the governors, senators, representatives, and others. So now, Primate Elijah Ayodele is saying the president should not sign any controversial bill into law. That any new policy he wants to bring up that will not work for the nation should not be signed into law. And he's saying that he saw a rowdy session in the parliament that is very imminent. And the reason why there is a rowdy session is that the government of the day will want to set up a new policy that will not work. What is this new policy? Now let us look at the administration of Bola Tinubu since he assumed office since May 29. What are the policy he has signed into law that Nigerians are not happy about? Because looking from the day one to, although not the first day of his first day at office, whereby he said first subsidy has been removed, Nigerians were not happy, they were complaining. But when he started suspending the CBN governor, the EFCC governor, arresting them, and also telling all the ministers that he resigned all the ministers, Nigerians were happy. And when he now put into law the student loan, this made Nigerians fall in love with his administration. Those that did not even want him to be the president are now praying for him. So what is the primate trying to say in this aspect? That he should not sign any controversial bill into law. What type of bill? Is it that the bill that will bring corruption into the country, or the bill that will affect the nation? He should always be straight with his prophecy, because prophecy needs to be very understanding, not a prophecy that will not be understandable and brings issues into the lives of whosoever they are prophesying into. And I said, if he eventually signed any controversial bill into law, people will criticize him. No matter the critic, He's the president, and he knows that the things he wants to sign into law will be good for the nation. Because I believe President Tinubu understands the game, is a game planner, and is actually the game himself. So he knows the needs of Nigerians, he knows what will benefit Nigerians, and also is taking all his possible best to make sure that Nigeria is good. So if the primate is giving prophecy, because recently he still gave prophecy on the oil refinery by Aliko Dangote, that is going to encounter many difficulties, that it will not end in a happy way and all that. So on a norms, there's going to be difficulties, but it needs to channel that prophecy the right way, because God is not a confuser. He cannot tell you something and make it confuse the person you want to prophesy into their lives. So I believe that the administration of Bola Tinubu knows what they are doing, and they'll be able to sign whatever they need to sign into law that will make the nations great. We have come to the end of the news, dear listeners. What's your take to this news? Please share your view in the comment section. Thank you.